Good morning. Thank you for joining me today to get insight into the role of ESG metrics in financial leadership. Environmental, social, and governance, or better known as ESG metrics, have evolved from a peripheral concern to a key component of strategic decision-making as the landscape of global markets has transformed over recent years. ESG metrics enable organizations to evaluate potential risks and opportunities and ensure that they address the evolving investor priorities. In the following slides, we will explore the significance of ESG in financial leadership. ESG metrics serve as important indicators for evaluating a company's non-financial performance, which is essential for assessing its long-term sustainability and resilience. These metrics include environmental indicators, which assess the company's impact on the planet and include carbon emission metrics, energy efficiency, water consumption rates, and waste management practices. In addition, there are social factors which allow investors to evaluate how the company interacts with employees, communities, and the society at large. These factors include evaluating employee diversity, labor practices, and levels of community engagement. In addition, governance metrics focus on the structure and practices of corporate leadership and include board independent structures, executive compensation frameworks, risk management framework, and overall corporate transparency. This is crucial for assessing management's effectiveness and accountability. Collectively, these measures shed light on operational risks and opportunities while highlighting a company's capacity to generate long-term value. There are three key areas where integrating ESG metrics can be beneficial to financial leadership. First is integrating ESG metrics into financial analysis. ESG metrics include qualitative dimensions such as environmental sustainability and governance practice that are not captured in standard GAAP financial statements. This broader perspective allows for a more comprehensive evaluation of operational risks of a company. Next, ESG metrics help with responding to stakeholder expectations. Investors, consumers, and regulatory bodies are demanding enhanced transparency in ESG performance. Companies that fail to articulate their ESG strategies effectively may jeopardize their market positioning and stakeholder trust. Therefore, demonstrating tangible process in ESG initiatives is becoming important for maintaining a competitive advantage. Finally, ESG metrics also assist with optimizing risk-adjusted financial performance. Companies with well-established ESG frameworks tend to achieve superior risk-adjusted returns. By highlighting long-term risks, including impending regulatory shifts and resource constraints, ESG factors serve as critical indicators of the future financial resilience and performance of a company. There are a diverse array of approaches and implementations of ESG across different regions. Canada occupies a moderate position in the global landscape of ESG reporting. ESG reporting is largely driven by regulatory guidelines issued by the Canadian Securities Administrators. The CSA now requires large banks and insurance companies to disclose climate-related disclosures aligned with the Task Force for Climate-Related Financial Disclosures. The European Union continues to lead ESG regulatory frameworks, having implemented the Corporate Sustainability Reporting Directive. The CSRD requires companies to use European sustainability reporting standards to report on ESG factors on a phased basis, depending on their legal entity beginning with 2004 reporting. This directive imposes rigorous sustainability reporting requirements across a broad spectrum of enterprises. Its objective includes standardization of reporting frameworks and the enhancement of transparency within corporate sustainability practices. In the United States, the SEC has adopted rules in March 2024 that require registrants to include climate-related disclosures in their annual reports and registration statements based on the recommendations of the Task Force on Climate-Related Financial Disclosures. These rules were set to take effect in May 2024, but have been delayed due to judicial review. ESG regulations in the U.S. remain fragmented, with states and industries adopting various standards. In addition, there's growing backlash against their implementation of ESG in the U.S., which has been accelerating in recent months. On an international basis, the International Sustainability Standards Board, the ISSB, has issued standards including IFRS S1 and IFRS S2 to establish a global baseline for sustainability disclosures. The ISSB standards are not mandatory, but they align in several areas with the EU's standards, which are required under the EU's CSRD disclosures. Adopting ESG metrics requires clear, methodical approach. Financial leaders must take deliberate steps to prepare their organizations, aligning corporate strategies with sustainability goals while ensuring long-term value creation. There are several key steps for a successful ESG integration. You must begin by conducting a gap analysis to assess how the current practices align with ESG standards in your region and industry. This evaluation will highlight areas that require improvement, such as environmental performance measures or governance structures, allowing you to prioritize actions that align with industry best practices and stakeholder expectations. You must develop robust data systems to collect, analyze, and report ESG data. This process should leverage information technology resources to ensure consistency and accuracy. You must ensure stakeholder alignment and education. Embedding ESG into the company's culture is essential. Financial leaders should foster ESG literacy by collaborating and educating internal and external stakeholders from all levels, including the board and employees. This ensures that ESG metrics and reporting become a core part of the organization's strategy and decision making. Effective ESG reporting needs to communicate how ESG efforts mitigate risks, create value, and align with the organization's long-term goals. Transparent, data-driven reports foster trust with investors and other stakeholders, showing how ESG initiatives drive both financial performance and positive social impact. Finally, financial leaders must stay informed about evolving ESG standards and practices and incorporate continuous improvement and compliance into their processes. The adoption of ESG metrics offers significant opportunities, including enhanced market position, superior financial performance, and improved risk management, which can help attract top talent. However, the adoption also presents challenges for financial leaders, including the complexity and cost of implementation, the complexity of data collection and management, the evolving landscape for ESG regulation and frameworks, and obtaining internal and external commitment. Financial leaders must address these challenges by investing in robust systems, fostering a climate of accountability, and staying informed about evolving standards and regulations. As you can see, the global business environment has undergoing significant transformation. Integrating ESG metrics into corporate financial leadership is increasingly crucial. Financial executives must manage a complex array of regulatory frameworks and stakeholder expectations surrounding sustainability and ethical governance. By systematically incorporating ESG metrics into their financial reporting frameworks, organizations can effectively signal their dedication to sustainable development and responsible business practices, thereby enhancing stakeholder trust and confidence. Thank you.